Hello, everyone. Welcome to Indiegogo's webinar today on the top 5 common crowdfunding mistakes. My name is Brett Harris, and I'm manager of our strategic partnerships here at Indiegogo. And alongside me is my colleague, David Abramovich, who is one of our lead campaign specialists. And David, why is today's webinar so important?
Well, Brett, we see hundreds of campaigns on a monthly basis, and we see the same mistakes being made over and over again. So this is just a great opportunity for us to address some of these mistakes and to prepare you guys for success.
Excellent. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. So the common mistake number one that we see quite often, and it's really more of a perception, is that crowdfunding is not the lottery. Now, what do we mean by that? Well, crowdfunding is not simply a switch that you can turn on and start printing money. As much as we would all like to think that, the fact of the matter is most of the successful campaigns that you see in the news or making headlines have all done quite a bit of preparation to get to that point. So again, as you can see here, preparation is the key to success. Campaigns require effort and constant promotion in order to be successful. So making sure that you have a good plan before you start will help ensure that you're set up for success. Now let's take a look at some of the higher grossing campaigns on Indiegogo. You'll see that a lot of these didn't get here by accident. Many of them had teams behind their campaigns, and they put in weeks, if not months, of preparation to run a solid campaign. This included a marketing and promotional strategy. This included plans for when they reach certain milestones throughout their campaign, as well as a slew of other things that we'll touch base on here later in today's webinar. So to recap, crowdfunding is not simply flipping a switch and winning the lottery. Again, it takes preparation and consistent effort. So let's take a look at mistake number 2.
So mistake number 2 is setting a goal that is too damn high. Now, you may ask, why is setting an accurate goal so crucial? To answer that question, I like to give an example of some basic crowd psychology. Say you're at a wedding and the band starts playing. There's always a moment where you see when the crowd is hesitant to get on the dance floor. No one wants to be first. However, when enough people get the courage up and start dancing, everyone else wants to join in. In a similar way, for a campaign, no one wants to be the first to contribute. However, once a campaign reaches a tipping point of funds raised, then folks cannot wait to add their support. This is why we highly recommend that the first 30% of your funds come from your inner circle of friends and family. These are the people that are excited to support you and your project, whatever it may be, and they do not need this verification of others. This is why it's crucial for you and your team to let this inner circle know that your campaign is launching ahead of time and stress to them the importance of contributing within the first couple of days and not waiting till the end of the campaign. This will help your project get off to a strong start, and when strangers end up at your campaign page, they will see that it's well on its way to hitting its goal and will be compelled to get on the dance floor by contributing as well. Setting a conservative goal makes the first 30% much more attainable. This concept also relates to what we call the green bar effect. When folks come to a campaign they have never seen before, they don't really look at the goal or even how much dollars have been raised. They look more at the green bar that shows progress as a way to measure whether the campaign will be a success or not. So let's take a look at the green bar effect in action. The two campaigns below are mostly identical. They have raised the same amount of funds and have the same amount of time left. But which one would you rather contribute to? Even though both show the same amount of funds raised, the one on the right looks more appealing because it shows more progress towards its goal of $50,000 versus the $150,000 for the campaign on the left. Again, setting a conservative goal results in the bar being filled up faster, and as a result, the campaign appears successful sooner. So I often get asked, won't people stop funding when I hit my goal? Interestingly enough, we have found time and time again that the answer is no. In fact, 87% of campaigns that hit their goal exceed it by an average of 30%. When a campaign hits its goal, it validates itself as a success, so others want to still be a part of it. So you may ask, what goal should I set? My advice is to set your goal for the most conservative amount you need to move your project forward and to fulfill your perks. So to recap, setting a goal is super important because it'll show momentum and get people excited about your campaign early on. Now for mistake number 3.
On to common mistake number 3, jumping the gun with marketing. This is an important common mistake that we see. If you have a great idea, don't shoot yourself in the foot by trying to promote it outside of that inner circle too soon. Intuition may lead you to think that you should tell any and everyone as soon as possible, and this can be killer for even the best of ideas. As David mentioned earlier, make sure to get momentum going and try and hit that tipping point as soon as possible with your inner circle before reaching out to external media and expecting to get the rest of the world to contribute to your campaign. Think about all the popular articles, news stories, and headlines. None of these ever promote campaigns that have $0 raised or very few dollars raised. A lot of them are highlighting a newsworthy storyline, such as, look how much money they've raised in such a short amount of time, or look how far spread this campaign has become in just 2 days. However, the timing may work out. To help emphasize this point, consider creating a marketing and promotion schedule prior to launching your campaign that's based off of milestones. For example, when you reach 25% or 30%, have certain key promotional items in place that you can pull the trigger on right away, rather than having to wait and come up with something once you do meet that milestone. Similarly, when you reach the halfway point and when you meet your goal, you should be ready to act quickly and efficiently, reaching out to certain media resources or on your social network. Doing these things will guarantee you are set up for the best success in your campaign. Now let's take a look at common mistake number 4. Mistake number 4, having a dry, business-like pitch. Now this may be the most obvious thing for some folks. For when you first come to a campaign, the pitch and the video is the first thing that you see. Remember, this is the most important opportunity to really capture the attention of your audience. This is your chance to let your passion shine through and for you to tell a really compelling story. It's the face of your campaign. And it's key for you to know who your audience is so that you can tailor your pitch to make it appealing for them. And this is also your chance to add that personal touch. And you want to be transparent. Why are you raising money? Where is it going? And how can they help? And if you can do this in a visually appealing way, in a way that reaches your specific audience, you'll set yourself up for the best success. And always remember, people invest in people. Regardless of your project, whether it's the greatest project in the world or something brand new that people are hearing about for the very first time, you need to connect with them on a very personal level. Be transparent and make sure that you're letting that passion shine through. Now let's take a look at some examples. As you can see here, here's a pitch. It's fairly straightforward. It's not very visually appealing though. As you can see, it gives all of the necessary information, what the project is, where the money's going, how they plan on raising the money, and why they need your help. But again, there's no real draw to action here, and there's no real attention grabbers. Conversely, if we take a look at the next campaign, you'll notice right away this is much more vivid, much more visually appealing. If we take a look, we've got images of the perks. We've also got images of the team and the team members. They also include links to their press coverage and outside websites that show additional information about their company and about their product and about their success. All of these things help create a transparent campaign, and it also lifts the curtain. Again, remember, people are investing in this project because they care about what you're doing and they're passionate. And in many instances, they want to lift the curtain up and see what's going on behind closed doors. This is their opportunity to see how businesses function, how films are made, how music is made. Whatever industry you're working on, this is your chance to really connect with the audience in a way never before done. And it's really important for you to be able to convey that to your audience. So to recap, mistake number 4, having a dry, business-like pitch. Make sure to create a visually appealing, transparent, and authentic pitch.
So on to mistake number 5. So the last mistake we see all the time is the promotion of perks that just don't work. Perks are important. You want to reward your funders for their contributions. Our most successful campaigns offer 5 to 8 perks from $5 or $10 all the way to $1,000 or over. Capitalize on different levels of passion by offering something as simple as a thank you on your website to a super unique once-in-a-lifetime experience. Also, make sure to keep fulfillment in mind. Here are a couple of examples of what not to do. On the left, you can see a t-shirt and a hat perk for $100. As you can see, very few have been claimed. $100 is a bit too high of a price point for an article of clothing. The key is to put yourself in the shoes of your audience and ask yourself, does this perk seem like a good deal to me? If the answer is no, you may want to adjust the pricing. On the right, you can see a couple of unique perks from a campaign that was actually super successful. Unfortunately, seems like it was a victim of its own success. This campaign owner will be doing nothing but making personalized videos and signing photos for the next few years, as he has over 4,000 contributors at these levels. For lower priced perks, we recommend offering something that is easy to fulfill and that is scalable. Something as simple as a thank you on your website, which really costs you nothing. So to recap, crowdfunding takes work. But with the right plan in place and a passionate audience, you have a great shot at success. Also, make sure to set a reasonable goal and hold off on your major marketing and PR until after your campaign has some traction. Craft a personal pitch that tells a compelling story, add some awesome perks that make sense, and you will be set up well to hit your goal.
Thanks so much for attending today's session. On behalf of David, myself, and the entire Indiegogo team here in San Francisco, New York, and Los Angeles, we wish you the best of luck with your campaigns, and we hope to see you on Indiegogo soon.